that they can hear this. Okay. All right. Hi, my name is Anthony Gregg. A little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in English education with a minor in language and writing. I also have a master's degree in education with a concentration in teacher leadership. And I also I completed graduate studies in English literature as well. And I focus my studies around vampire studies and feminism. Very interesting experience. Surprisingly, though, this blog is not going to be about literature. I'm not going to be posting, famous quotes by Shakespeare and Jane Austen, right? I'm just not going to do all that. And I might if I feel like it, but the object of this website is not to talk about that. It's more so going to be concentrated on relationships. I have come to a place in my life where I feel the need to end certain relationships and friendships, and in the process of me doing so, I will say that it is quite difficult. So I'm going to use this blog or this project as a way for me to cope with the process. I'm going to coach myself and as well as others how to make it through this process if you're thinking about or if you're currently going through the situation along or of breaking up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend. If you're just in a toxic friendship and someone is leeching off of you and you want to in some way try to remove them from your life, these are hard tasks, right? But I do want to be that voice of reason to let you know that it can be done, you can do it. And as I stand here right now, I will say that I am in the process of this same journey, and I've done it before, and I've ended relationships in the past that were poisonous, but I will say that they were not easy, and I did not handle them well because I just didn't. I didn't want to handle it. I didn't want to break up with those people. Sometimes we get in relationships where we do not want to leave it. We're comfortable. We love that person, or so we think we love that person, and therefore we think that we can have a whirlwind of emotions and go through all of these different things and beg and have all these different please and thank yous and all these different strategies you might come up with or ideas you might come up with in your mind to save or salvage these relationships. But in reality, they're not meant to be salvaged. They're not meant to be saved. You have to let those people go, especially if they expressed to you verbally, physically, that they just do not want to be with you, right? If your significant other right now is not intimate with you, if your significant other is not taking you out on dates, if you're not coming home to a home-cooked meal at least once a week, if you have that feeling, that gut feeling that you're not loved, then chances are you're not loved. And my cousin and my best friend, he and I had this conversation about love. He was telling me, well, cuzzo, love is not a feeling, right? Love is an action. Love is what you do and how you express it, and it's just a reciprocal thing. And based on how love is reciprocated, basically, it will cause you to have certain feelings. Well, in toxic relationships and in poisonous relationships, we just don't know how to feel. We think we feel something, but that feeling that we have is poisonous as well. So I want to write numerous blogs about how to cope with ending relationships, about how to understand that there is a difference between, compatibility and individuality, right? We always think that if we're compatible, then that means that two people are supposed to be just alike. Well, that's just not the case, right? Just because I eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a circle, a complete circle, instead of biting straight into it, that doesn't mean that you can't bite into your sandwich, right? Just because I like to put sriracha hot sauce all over my food, everything that I eat, that does not mean that you can't do it. So it's just, we're all different people. We love differently. We talk differently. We express ourselves differently. And, you know, I want this blog to be a place where we finally come out. We're going to have a coming out party. We're going to finally be able to understand that it's okay to be different people when you're in a relationship, or when you have a tight-knit friendship. You don't have to be just like them. You don't have to become what that person wants you to be. You can be who you are. If ever you feel like you are sinking, another one of my friends, just before this video, she was telling me how sometimes in life we sink to lower levels, or we sink to a level where we're not comfortable. And if you find yourself becoming a different person because of who you're with, and that's a negative thing for you, that's not comfortable for you, then chances are that's just not the relationship for you, and we have to walk away. If you're compromising to the point where you're changing yourself or changing that other person, it's time to walk away as well. And so it hurts. It really does. One of my friends earlier, because I was in an emotional wreck, right? I was just trying to deal with my life and my things that I was going through. And she says, well, Anthony, if you're anything like me, your heart might be broken, and like your physical heart might be hurting, like you feel chest pains up in here. And that's exactly how it is when you're going through a heartbreak, or you know, break in marriage, or a break in a relationship, or a break in a friendship. You do feel the physical pains of going through that process. And I am happy, and I hope that I will have people that can be a support system for me, and I in return want to be a support system for someone else, which is why I'm going to post random blogs about dealing with people, dealing with relationships, ending relationships when it's time. How do you know it's time to pull the plug? How do you know that this is the right one? I have had several relationships, and I am young, right? And so an older person might know more than me, who have swam in various waters, but I do know something about people. I know how people are. I know how, you know, loving someone, it's a science, and relationships, it's a science. But keeping those relationships healthy, that's a whole other art that it's just difficult to accomplish, to master, and we together have to figure out how that process is done. So I will be posting videos every single day. I will be, you know, sending inspirational quotes to motivate myself as well as you all. And I do hope that you all are able to benefit from what I have to say. This blog is going to reveal secretive, or, well, I wouldn't say secret because I don't hold secrets, but it's going to reveal very sensitive and very intimate details about my life that at one point I was very nervous about revealing. But I can't help someone if I don't know myself, and I can't expect there to be change in my own life if I don't be who I am and live my life the way I should live it, even if the next person doesn't respect that. So just know that I will be trying to help all of you overcome your problems, and as well as myself. So I hope that you guys, you know, take something from this, and welcome in advance. If you would like to reach me, I will have my contact information on my website as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy.